Oh, hello. Okay, so part 4, one body service, court of record. All right, so what were we on? We were on knowledge is notice. So knowledge is notice, right? This is the keyword flow of knowledge is notice. All right, so check these words out, right? Listen to them. These have meaning. All right, here we go. I wish for your agents to see words of man. To see words of man, of God, and to witness my testimony of the seriousness of your agent's actions, right? Okay, so we're getting ready to check some stuff out right now, right there. Because, if you do something against man, woman, child of God, right, then you've done harm, right? You've done harm because man, woman, child, they are the beneficiaries of the trust of God, right? And then God gave the trustees the duty, the responsibility to manage the trust, and we have to make sure that we keep man, woman, child whole, right? And then we come and then we wake up and then we see that man, woman, child is no longer called man, woman, child, but man, woman, and child now has different names, right? So it's like, oh, what has happened to the trust? What happened to the trust? How did all the words get jumbled up, right? And then it's just like, this is the knowledge. This is the knowledge of notice, because once you assemble, right, you have to become one, right? You become one, and then you become of God, right? And then once you become of God, then you have to manage the system, right? And then the system has to be managed based off of man, woman, child, right? Man, woman, child, you just have to do no harm, right? And then do no harm means you move freely throughout the realm, right? Throughout the land, throughout the air, throughout the water, you move free, right? And it is just as long as you do no harm, right? You just don't do no harm. You seek agreement, yes or no, and you just keep it done, right? I put words, you put the words on the paper so you can see, things of God, right? You look at the things of God and then you say, is it of God? Yes or no. The table is simple. It's really simple, right? You have two jurisdictions, right? You have the jurisdiction of God and then you have the jurisdiction of man, right? In the jurisdiction of God, man is the trustee. Man, woman, child, they are the trustees and the beneficiaries of the jurisdiction of God, right? And then over on the other side, you have the jurisdiction of man, right? And then the jurisdiction of man creates little entities, right? Little entities called trustees, who operate, the trusts that man makes for man, woman, child, right? It's that simple. And then the trusts that they make for man, woman, child, they're called constitutions. They're called contracts. That's all that they're called, right? It's so easy. It's like, what do you want to do, right? Tell me what you want to do, and I can put the words on the paper that show you how to do what you want to do and keep it simple, and you do no harm, right? As long as you do no harm. And then that's the knowledge of man of God, right? That's just what we share, and then we've seen that the trustees have not operated in that way. It's like we gave the trustees a responsibility to do the right thing, and then they did not do the right thing because they were operating under another constitution, right? So then they started to operate under another constitution that paralleled the constitution that was written by the original, and then God gave us the original trust, right? And then there's an order of operation on how you manage that trust. But then somebody else filled the trustee up with information that allowed them to do different things to the men and then the women, right? That's what happened, right? And then now we have to correct it. And it's easy because we just show the order of operation, right? Order of operation, simple. Man, God, man, woman, child. Simple, right? So here we go. If you believe this is knowledge is notice, right? If you believe your agents in the state have authority over man, one of the people, me, right? Please show where your agents have authority to administer man's property. Boom, that's a question. If you fail to show these items, here we go, within 3 days, 72 hours, you agree that you are working to attack the people against your trust indenture constitution and are knowingly trespassing against the rights of the people who created the constitution you operate in, right? That's just it in written form. Here we go. Another claim, right? You further agree, to pay a certain price point per encroachment against man, one of the people. You further agree that if you don't respond within a sworn affidavit showing constitutional provisions, right? These are the things that you have to show, right? You have to show these things, right? You have to show the words that gave you the authority to do what you're going to do, right? So showing constitutional provisions authorizing you to trample the rights of man, one of the people, within 3 days, right? So you have 3 days to show these words that you have the ability to do what you do against a man, woman, child's property, right? Where were we? That you agree to all of the above mentioned facts and that no court shall re-examine this matter and shall accept the above terms as truth and law. So everything in this document will be truth and law if you don't respond by affidavit, sworn testimony, responding point by point to every point that I made, and every point I made was a claim, right? That's what you just have to do. It's real simple. Furthermore, you agree that this affidavit can be used as evidence, right? This is going to be evidence, right? Of your wrongdoing. So I'm listing things that you do wrong, right? And if you do anything wrong according to the rules within this contract right here that I've sent out, then that means that you have to do something. You have to make me whole, right? So as terms of truth and law. Furthermore, you agree that this affidavit can be used as evidence of your wrongdoing. I read that, right? And that I, affiant, reserve the rights to take this before any arbiter of affiant's choice, right? So after you put the terms down, contract's done, contract set, then you can say, all right, let's go, let's move on, let's keep it moving. What's the time check at? All right, we're doing good. Okay, so here we go. Please, another point, not a point, but another statement, right? Please take notice that the people, me, hi, hello, that the people do not have a contract with your attorney. So no contract, no substance with no attorneys, attorney. No one's turning for me. I don't need anybody to turn my words for me. I don't need anyone to represent me, because I can represent me. I'm showing you me. Hello, hi, that's me. That's my vessel. That's my man, right? So here, check this out. Who continue to instruct. This is what we're saying the attorneys are doing because they're instructing you in a information, right? Who continue to instruct you that you may run over the people's rights and then omit important parts of the law. So you may say that you had a good faith belief that all you did was acceptable, right? So, basically, if you don't know what you know, then that means what you do. And if you harm someone, then that means it's not my fault. I didn't know. Now I'm letting you know, right? And that's why this is noticed. So if you do anything against the people, man, woman, child, right, then that means you're causing harm. But now you have knowledge, right? Knowledge is to know. Now you know. Order of operation. God, man, woman, child, everything else. All right, let's keep it moving. As one of the people, I believe it may be wise for you to learn the Constitution that you swore to protect. And if you have not previously read them, you may wish to begin now. Okay, so go read the Constitutions, right? Because all the documents are out there, right? The documents are out there. Go find the documents of the Constitutions that you swore to uphold, right? And then if you read within the Constitution, you will see what I'm saying, right? You will see what I'm saying in the documents that you sworn to uphold, because we've made it for everyone to see, right? So if you can see the words and the words say, the people have all the power, right? Then that means the people have all the power. It's simple. You know what I mean? It's just fun, right? God, man, woman, child, order of operation of the realm. Okay. All right. So where are we now? And there's one. Okay. I finished that sentence. All right. Here's the next one. If you should be found in trespass, don't trespass. Don't cross the boundaries, right? Your attorneys have absolutely no responsibility or punishment for hiding the law or failing to teach you the law and the Constitution. Right. So your attorneys nothing's going to happen to your attorneys. They're going to be like, well, I'm sorry. Sorry. It's the law's the law. That's what the attorneys are going to say. The law's the law. I'm sorry. I didn't know that one. Right. They got me on that one, but that's what the attorneys are going to say, if you do anything against what's in the contract. Right. They're going to be like, we didn't know that. Oh, my God. Right. And then you're like, well, the law's the law. Right. I'm sorry they didn't show you that the law came from, God. And then now we're just laying it out there for you. And it's funny, right? So I do believe, Yeah, we already read that sentence. All right. So I do believe in the love of Christ. I do. Right. I believe in the love of Christ because through Christ, you will be saved. Right. Through Christ, you get knowledge, and then it's just like through Christ, you assemble, through Christ, you become whole, through Christ, you become one, and then it's just like you have to do these things. Right. And then I share the love, because that's what Christ does. He makes it whole for you to be one. So then you can see the Father. Right. And then once you see the Father, then, you understand, and then it's just like, OK, now you have to administer Father's property. Oh my God, it's such a fun game, but there we go. That you have seen things in this notice. So I believe you've seen things in this notice that you did not know existed previously. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe that you did not know that men, women, children were supposed to operate in this manner, right? I honestly believe that. And that's why I'm extending love to you by showing you, because that's just what you have to do. You have to say, hello, I'm here. Hi, check this out. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. This is my status. This is my standing. This is my jurisdiction. Boom. We just keep it simple, and then that's just what we do. So it's like these words, that's what they have meaning for, right? So then each paragraph is a meaning. It's a statement, right? It says what you are. And then you just have to express it. Okay, so what's the time check now? 11:27. How many do we have left? Okay, we got a couple more and into the verification, right? So I'm gonna take another time out, man. I'm gonna go chill, think, drink some water, stretch my legs, go for a little walk, and then just be zoned. Because I'm liking the flow. It's good flow so far. We're getting the establishment down, because it's all about your status, your state, your where you stand, it's where you stay, it's where you stand, and it's your word, right? It's really, that's all it is, right? You got God, word, man, right? It's where you state, where you stand, and then your juris is your word. And you have to put your words down on paper. And then that's what we're going to do. This is the knowledge. Knowledge is notice, right? So we're going to move it on the next part, keep this going because, time is precious. I'll see you in the future. No one's having more fun than us. Bye.